next.
But first tonight, we want to keep you up to date on the first hurricane to enter the Gulf this season, Hurricane Idalia. It's set to make landfall tomorrow morning in a part of Florida that is prone to flooding and storm surge. Now, the good news here is that fewer people live there compared to the rest of the state. Now, we're also tracking storms locally with the waterspout forming over Lake Pontchartrain. Take a look at your screen. This is near Hain Boulevard just over an hour ago. Now, this video shared with us by WWL-TV viewer Crystal Alfonso. More than 1,100 Entergy customers lost power in Gentilly. A flash flood warning is in effect for much of the South Shore. Your local weather expert, Chief Meteorologist Chris Franklin, joining us now with the latest.
Yeah, we'll start with the rainfall that we do have around the area. Still in a flash flood warning for much of the metro area, though much of that rainfall has since ended. But we did have a fairly solid line of heavy rain where we just saw it sit over one particular area, basically from the lakefront across the city and onto the West Bank. That thankfully has broken up. We've also seen a little bit of a shift in that heavier rainfall. Much needed, though we don't need to see a lot of it in a short period of time. Thankfully, it looks like most of the reports of any flooding were street flooding, low-lying areas, nothing that would get into homes and businesses. Some downpours on the North Shore, but again, this is kind of that line that had set up earlier with that rainfall continuing into the bayou parishes and down toward the coast, though not nearly as heavy, and more scattered rain across the North Shore parishes and into our Mississippi counties. Much needed rainfall, but we don't need to see any more rainfall are the storms that are moving across not just South Florida, but central and approaching North Florida, all associated with Hurricane Idalia, which is now at a Category 2 with winds of 100 miles an hour. Now, the expectation is that it will continue to intensify. Tropical storm force winds being felt right along the western coast at the moment, and that will continue to move inland, making landfall as a 3. We actually saw a little bit of a shift even farther up the Big Bend area, which again is a very low populated part of the Florida coastline. As a 3, which it'll be right near the center, and in fact could still pose quite a threat into parts of southern Georgia and into South Carolina, as it maintains some strength as probably a low-end Category 1 hurricane before exiting the eastern seaboard and then moving out into the open Atlantic. We'll talk more about what potentially could be its future there, as well as looking at us for some drier air that's on the way. More on that in a moment.
All right, thank you, Chris.